money back.
Checking my audio levels and let's roll, motherfuckers! Okay, so, hello. Hi. It's me. New tutorial here. So I'm gonna do, as we can see in the project name, a first-person shooter multiplayer on YouTube. Boom, boom, boom. Get the fucking, how is it called? The music thing. So, the assets package we're gonna get imported with this one is simply, if I can find it, the characters, okay? So just done and create the project, just let it roll, let it do its thing. We're waiting for it. So the difference between this tutorial and maybe the ones that I've seen is that I hate cheaters. I really do hate. I cannot program a multiplayer game knowing someone can come with cheat engine and simply change everything and be free. I don't like that. I hate cheaters. I once was a cheater. I'm not a cheater anymore, obviously. And I wanna make a multiplayer game where cheating is gonna be hard. Okay. So I'm gonna do that by making the server authoritative. So basically, the client's gonna only send us the input. Let's say if he clicks on label, we're gonna receive that information. We're gonna move him on the server side accordingly. Then he's gonna get the updated position. But we're gonna try to not make it feel laggy and sloppy. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and create a new script folder. Let's go ahead and save this as a menu. Let's create a new scene. Let's call this game. On the menu, on the main camera, we're gonna add the, how is it called, the network, I completely forgot. But apologize. Give me a sec, I'm gonna shake this. This is exactly the one. The thing is, I'm gonna create a new empty game object. I'm gonna call this network manager for the only reason that it gets like when you see here, where is it, network manager? You see here it says on the try and load. So this one apparently has to be like on always all the time. And if you put it on a camera, like the whole flare on the layer audio listener is gonna come with it, which means it's gonna give some compatibility issues with all the cameras and stuff like that. So we don't want that. We don't need that. And then we're gonna add that also the network manager HUD, because it's gonna show us a little menu, and we are lazy like that. Well, let's make sure we add these two scenes to the build settings, and here on the offline scene we put the menu. On the for fuck's sakes, on the online scene we put the game. So let's go ahead and add actually a little plane. Go plane, make it a little bigger so we have something to actually walk on. Let's go ahead and make a materials folder so we can add some color to the terrain. Let's create a new material. I'm gonna call this gray. And I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna call this red, another one, and I'm gonna call this orange. I'm gonna have a combination of gray, orange, and red on our scene. So I'm just gonna put the colors to my likings. I'm gonna put something that I enjoy seeing with my own eyes. You can do your own little test scene, or you put your own little map. I don't know what you want to do. So I'm gonna put this gray. I'm gonna go ahead and add some cubes. So of course, I mean, what is a test scene without some cubes? It's just like, let's be real here. Let's go ahead and change the scale of this one. I'm gonna add red to that one. I'm gonna copy you, take you, put you right there. I'm gonna just do something like that. I'm gonna copy you again, put you a little bit up. Bam, bam. So I have like a little thing to jump on. Like, why not? I'm gonna change the middle one to orange. No, I'm gonna change that one to orange, and that one to orange. That one's gonna be red. Okay, I kind of like this test scene. Okay, it was touching on a good note. I'm gonna attach everything to the plane because I'm lazy like that, and I like see the simple things. So they're gonna delete the camera. We don't need it. We actually, yeah, we don't need it. But we're gonna keep it so we can make sure it actually loads the scene. So load that. There you go. So it loaded the scene. Another thing that we're gonna do is just go to the lining and build it. There you go. So it won't like keep generating every single time I load the scene and stuff like that. That's pretty annoying. Like, fuck off, Unity 5. Okay, so now we need a player prefab. Say that. I'm gonna create our player prefab. So we're gonna go to standard. Let's create a prefab folder first. Why not? Prefabs. Let's go to standard assets, characters, first person controller, prefabs. Let's take the normal one without the rigid body because I feel like it feels sloppy. I don't know. We're gonna go and make a prefab out of it. So here we have it, the whole rigid body shit. We're gonna have to add the network identity to this boy. We're not gonna make it local player authority because we want to control it. So he doesn't have any authority on his own little object, okay? Sounds good? Awesome. So now on the network manager, we simply have to draw. Apologize. Shit, what did I do? What did I do? Doesn't matter. On the spawn info, here on the player prefab, we just add that one. So auto create the player, yes, I want to do that. Just spawn it in a random position. It'll just like spawn with a little different numbers on the X and Z, and I think in the middle like 0, 0, 0 and a little bit up. Well, we can basically try it. So you can see I spawned in here, but for some reason things are fucked up. What is wrong, mate? Like, I cannot move down. I cannot move my mouse down. First of all, I don't need you. Missing camera. Yeah, okay. Just to make this not piss me off right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this piece of shit of camera. Amazing. So I'm gonna play LAN host. There you go. Now that's a lot better. I guess it was confusing the main camera with that one instead of this one. So here we are. We can sprint. We can walk. We can jump. And we can do all these kind of things. So you can see up here it says server, port, and client, and all that jazz. If we press top, it needs to actually be fast shit. Then we can start a new one. Yay! So now let's actually create a player folder inside the scripts, and let's add a player NC, standing for player network controller. Let's open it, and we're gonna have to add some different things. We're not gonna how is this called? We're not gonna do this from inherit from the mono behavior. We actually need to go ahead and do Unity Engine networking. Then here, if I could remember correctly, oh snap, oh damn. Is it network manager? No, it's not a network manager. Oh, for fuck's. As you can notice, I am very new as well to this new whole thing. So it is network behavior, of course, mono behavior, network behavior. Duh! But anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and, well, I don't want all that jazz. We're gonna go ahead and do a void start. Now you need to be aware, if you do this on awake, you might get some unwanted behavior, so make sure you do this on the start. So we're gonna check if we are the owner. So we now, if I could remember how it is owner is host. No, is local player. Okay, so if it is mine, basically that's the old thing for is mine. So if this network is mine, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and if it's not, I'm gonna do that, that, and that. So what we're basically gonna be doing is setting up the player accordingly to, we're gonna like okay, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, we're gonna uncheck these, and we're gonna uncheck what else? We're gonna check the camera and the audio listener. This is how the default thing is gonna be. Now we need to go ahead and do this. So I'm I'm gonna actually have to do a little first person controller. We need to import a namespace, that's why it doesn't show. So FPS controller. Apologize. What do I forgot the T right there. So using int assets and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna say that this is equal to get component, and then of course first person controller, and make a little true in here. So it well, isn't that the like get an inactive thing? Oh, apparently not. Like, didn't it have a little? Interesting. Okay, so let's continue. So we want to actually go ahead and enable our FPS controller. Actually, now, for now we're going to do this. Then I'm going to change it a little bit because I had an idea. We're going to do then the camera. So camera CMR, it's equal to get component in children camera, and then well, CMR that enabled is equal to true. And then we also want to do a get component audio listener. So audio listener component children as well. This that enabled is equal to true. We might actually go ahead and do all this jazz outside the is local, so we can actually reference it over here. We're just gonna make sure that it is how we want it, so we're gonna disable all these. Perfect. So now if we play, we shouldn't see any difference. What happened? Oh, duh. I'm so stupid. There you go. No difference. Damn it. So before I actually stop this episode, we're going to create a new class down here. So this class is going to be called public class, obviously, and it's going to be player input. So in the player input, you put every single button you want your game to like press, if you know what I mean. For instance, we're going to do something like this: boolean W, boolean A, boolean S, boolean D. Guess what that stands for? WSSD. Like when you click the W button, it's gonna send. This is gonna be true, and then the server will choose what to do. Then you can also have like boolean, fire 1, boolean fire 2 for the second mouse button, like the right one. What else are we gonna need? Of course, the space thing. So space, or let's call it this jump actually. This one we can actually cut forward or something. I don't know, just something like that actually. And then we might also need the shift button, since we are able to run with shift. So shift, maybe for later on control. What else should we need? So bam bam, fire buttons. I think that's pretty much all. So yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be that much of like, you can put a bunch of booleans in here, since normally when you, for instance, let's take a vector 3. If you do public vector 3 and then bam, and then send it over the network, the vector 3 contains 3 booleans, which is a total of 32 times 3, which gives 96 bits. So what this means is that if you send a vector 3 is equivalent to having 96 of these booleans, right? So I mean, you don't really have to worry of how many you have. You just gotta know that if you get over 96, you're getting over the amount of bytes you need to send. If you were to send a vector 3, if you know what I mean. Since every single boolean is simply a bit, because it only has 2 states, 0 and 1. So we right now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 bits. Now compare 9 to 96. Yeah, that wasn't funny, but anyhow. So we're basically gonna go ahead and do this. Public player input, it's equal to new player input, and we have everything pretty much set up. Another thing is on the first person controller, we're gonna have to change this. So we're gonna have two other functions here: void update and void fixed update. And we're gonna say FPS.update, and then we're gonna send our input. I'm gonna send FPSC.fixed update, and we're gonna send the input as well. So for that to work, we need to go ahead and make this a public thingy thing, and then here we actually need to say this is a player input PI, or just call it input. Apparently we cannot, why can't we, what? Let's say namespace PI, this just sounds like pi, player input. Is that why it isn't working? Okay, well, I might just say using player input. Hello! It's a namespace, but it's also used as a type. For fuck's sake! N, standing for namespace. Isn't it just wonderful? There you go. So we're simply gonna go ahead and say play input N that. No? Oh, come on! just fuck off. I know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do this, and we're gonna move this little bad boy over here. We need to make sure we are inside the namespace, because otherwise it's gonna fucking cry. So now we should be able to actually use this. Yeah, it is using it since we are importing this namespace. And here we just do that, and it's gonna work now. Then again, fixed update, public void, blah blah blah, and everywhere where you see a freaking input. So let's see where this is up here. Okay, so this is being set up to the get button that jumps. So I don't know what to call it, pi input that jump. Amazing. Jeez. Okay, then we have the fixed update. Okay, so transfer that forward times. Okay, so thing is, for this to work, where's the transfer? Oh, yeah, of course, transfer that forward times m input y. We're gonna override the m input. So m input is equal to new vector 2. I'm gonna say float. Actually, okay. Float y and x. Is that all it takes? Yes. So then I'm going to say if input that w, then I'm going to say y is equal to 1. Else if input that s, y is equal to -1. Then do the exact same thing for the x thingy thing. If input that r, if you put that, not R, D and A. I was going to like right and left. Me good. So then we, instead of doing that, we basically take the input that we just created. Of course. Kind of feel sloppy. I don't know. Anyhow. What else do we need? Design movement, that's all being calculated correctly. M jump, we are setting it up there, so we don't need to worry about that one. It's grounded, that doesn't need to change. Progress cycle bar. I also need to change the lock cost, but that I'm going to do in the other tutorial. So if we did things right, we should only be able... Yeah, I'm telling you, things are a little bit... Oh, of course. Well, What does it say? Cannot take parameters. Well, let's call it move fixed update and update fixed update. So, oh, snaps. So that should fix the errors. We shouldn't be able to move, not jump, nor do anything. So I'm clicking on the movement things, it's not doing anything, shifts, paste, nothing. I can only look around. So that's what we wanted to do, because we're not updating the player input. So if I actually say down here on the start that our input that they believe is equals to true, so we're gonna like say that our W key is stuck. You can see I'm always moving forwards, even if I click W to stop moving forward. So that's what we were trying to achieve. Yeah. Oh, actually, if I press shift, he sprints. So yeah, somewhere we forgot to put the shift thing. So let's do actually something like, maybe there's a run thing set up. Shift. There you go. Oh snap! Get input. I'm gonna say player input, and then here we're gonna say isn't that shift. Amazing, mate. Fucking amazing. And I'm actually gonna say float X and float Y, and here we're gonna say X and snaps, and here we're gonna say Y. There you go. So where does this get input get called on this fixed update? Just fucking amazing, isn't it? Where is the update function? Update. Oh no, of course. There you go. Oh wait, no. I was like, what the hell? I don't see the whole thingy thing, but there it is. Okay, so we're gonna say X and Y. So now, if I don't know if you could hear it, but the footsteps weren't working. Now they should be working, of course. Now they are working, amazing. And if I press Shift, he doesn't sprint because he is waiting for my input to be changed, and I cannot stop moving forward. So I'm gonna leave you with this: a player who cannot stop moving forwards. Amazing, isn't it? Well, have fun.